Yeah. Game chat on the night, Friday night light. Line from the board, Isaac taking flight. Question of the day, what's it gonna be? Guests on the show, come and take a seat. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Pick 5 games, what's your top choice? Hear the people shout, raise up your voice. Interview time, guest in the chair. Sharing stories, feels like we're there. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Interview time, guest in the chair. Sharing stories, feels like we're there. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go. Pick 5 games, what's your top choice? Hear the people shout, raise up your voice. Interview time, guest in the chair. Sharing stories, feels like we're there. Game chat crew, feel the rhythm flow. Talking board games, all systems go.
Welcome to the game chat, Isaac. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you this fine evening?
Absolutely fantastic. It is getting cold in the south. Finally, it is going to be 20-something degrees tonight. So
it's cold here all the time.
Yeah, that's just normal for you. But I actually really enjoy the cold weather, so I'm kind of excited about it. So the tiniest, slightest possibility of snow. So
yeah, my buddy Stuart down in Texas, it looked like he had a lot of snow coming. It said.
Yeah, I heard Texas is gonna get it. So
it's crazy.
They do not have the infrastructure for that. So
no.
Good luck. So, anyway, the weather chat is actually our other show that we do every other Monday night.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. The weather chat is next Monday. This is the game chat. So
yes, sir. Happy 2025.
Yeah, happy 2025. So, do you have I don't know, do you do resolutions or anything? We can
no.
Okay, let's ask a board game related question that isn't in our sheet. What's something that you want to do better this year?
That's board game related?
Yeah, for your channel, you know.
Josh, how's it going, Josh?
Josh, how are you?
Josh and I had lots of fun conversation last night watching these guys play his Vikings.
Nice.
Not fun for me, not for him.
Yeah.
So
Doug Peterson's out at in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
he's gone. So
yeah.
Anyway, football chat is actually every other
Fridays.
Every other Friday. Yeah.
So it's for the channel. I think.
Yeah.
So I want to get our YouTube thing kind of kicking, and our YouTube is probably my weakest spot, and I'd love to. We do a lot of our shorts to YouTube, but I'd like to actually, try. It's tough, right? Because if you spend time doing horizontal recording, it doesn't translate well to vertical, and vice versa. So, where do you put the focus? But I think I'm going to try and do a little bit more with that. I think it's 100%. One of my goals for this year.
Cool. One of the things that I think actually Rick was the one who brought this up, just acknowledging designers more often. So one of the things I realized is a lot of times we'll be like, hey, this is published by this group or whatever, this publisher. We always give props to the publisher because that's usually who we're working with. But I think I'm going to be taking a more concerted effort to make sure designers in our reviews and previews and stuff like that, I'm going to try to do better. So
I love it. Yeah, I try to always make sure to mention artist and designer. And at one point I did designer interviews, which were kind of on like a written format to let them just show off if they did. So
we've
yeah,
done a couple of those, especially within like communities, Native American communities and Indigenous people communities. We've got multiples of those on our channel that Rick has done because he's
awesome.
connected with them through the years. Jason, thank you so much. Happy New Year, and thank you for the theme music that you heard at the top of the show.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Cool. All right. So we're jumping into this thing. We have both got our top 10 list. My top 10 list actually went on YouTube this morning. It launched.
I saw that.
And so it was a furious couple of days over this weekend that I spent, dude, the B-roll and just everything, man.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Like YouTube takes a lot more.
Takes your time, man. It's a time suck. I probably shot for 9 games worth of B-roll because I had live footage for one of my items. But 9 games worth of B-roll probably took me 7 hours.
Wow.
So because you're unpacking the game and putting things out, and then you're wanting to make sure you don't make mistakes, and then when you catch a mistake, you're refilming it. So
it's a real thing.
Anyway. And then you got to actually talk about the game and hope you don't sound like an idiot. So, which is not my strong suit. All right, so let's get into these questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First question for tonight's show is going to be, what is the best holiday dish that you had this year?
Yeah, I got to go back to, so I've got a Thanksgiving and a Christmas dish. So let's go to Christmas first because it just passed. Erin made sweet potato casserole. She's like knocked that recipe out of the park the past couple of times. It was delicious. And then this was a dark horse situation around Thanksgiving. There was my nephew. Shout out to Juna. He's not watching. But my
shout out Juna.
Girlfriend brought over a pumpkin pie, and she said it was a pumpkin pie, but nobody believed her because it had a crumble topping on it. Okay. Like an apple pie, like a streusel topping. I brought it home, and that was the sickest pumpkin pie I've ever had in my life. Like,
wow,
pumpkin pie with that crumble streusel topping on it. I'm getting sweaty thinking about it now. Not gonna lie.
Did you take some home at least, some extra?
Yeah. Well, it was one of those things where like it went off to the side for a second, and then there was a lot of it left over, and I was like, I want to try it. Let me take it home. And man, I ate that whole thing almost by myself.
I love it.
So
I had 2 things. So primarily my wife makes, and we make a lot of desserts. This is the time of year for desserts, tons of them. And she makes krishiki, which are a Polish cookie. She what do you call it? Braids them, deep fries them, and then when they come out, she hits them with the powdered sugar right out of the oil. They're amazing, like the most crispy.
That sounds like really
donut.
good.
They're so good, so good.
Yeah.
And lots of sweets, right? Lots of good things. But
yeah.
And I sent you the picture on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Jason's in here. Becky, our friends, she made deviled eggs that were amazing. Just nice. I mean, you saw the pictures of them. You're a little jealous.
Yes.
And had the fresh bacon on them. They were awesome.
That's crazy. I love bacon on deviled eggs.
Oh, they were great. Like it was all fresh cooked and then chopped up, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
We got a few people giving their favorite dishes in here.
Yeah, I love
Randall.
Randall's
what is
answer.
Up, sir?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes, always.
All the dishes.
Give me all of them.
So, Josh said, my stepmom's cookie pudding Cool Whip layered dessert. Ooh, that's a lot of
I'm
layers.
All in for that.
I like all the layers.
Yeah,
it's like a cookie lasagna. So, Big Back Corner is actually our Tuesday night show.
I would watch that too.
I would. Yeah. Just me and you talking about food all night. So
I mean, that's pretty much what we do here. Let's be honest.
That's exactly right. So yeah. Oh. So what sorry, I'm typing this in for the viewers so that they can respond. But what games hit the table the most over the holidays? So I don't want to always be going first here.
Well, you
So,
always go. Is this part of your resolution? Let me go first every now and
yeah. I put your name at the front of the show.
then.
And so I'm going to start letting you answer questions first every once in a while.
Fair
So
enough. Thanks. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, no problem.
Um,
It's a
so what?
charity. It's a charity situation. I've been court ordered. So
Fair enough. So games that got played most of the holidays. A few of them are gonna be on my top 10 list. A couple of them we shared. Flip Seven, Bino definitely
yeah,
got played a lot. But one of the ones that actually, and we'll have some content come up here for it, but it's over, not Slay the Spire, but right there, what is the giant? Let me pull this thing off. This is the bug from it.
what's up, Cody?
The Kabuto Sumu from All Play.
Really?
This is the giant, holds everything. I got
Okay.
all the expansions, and then check this thing out. This is going to be the
What in
Kabuto
the world?
Sumu. It holds all their expansions, all their versions,
Okay, all
every
the extra
bug.
stuff.
And
Yeah, yeah,
we've played so much. Have you seen? You played the original, right? The circle,
yeah.
little
So
circle thing.
I have some mixed feelings about it.
Oh, the
I've
new
played
one.
it.
The new
The
one's
new
much
one's
better.
good.
Yeah, I actually have it sitting here. So I have they made some like high end boards, right? So
Okay.
this is the original one. It's actually on a Lazy Susan.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
spins around, but the new one actually looks like a wrestling ring. And it's detached right now, but it's got little posts on the
Nice.
ends, and you
Okay.
can only come in, and you can't come in the middle, you can't come in
Okay.
certain
Yeah.
spots.
I like
And
that.
and really the key for this is a 3 to 4 player game.
Okay.
At two, you just feel
I
like you're just going,
would. Yeah. I would play. I would give it another chance. I've played
yeah,
it 3 times, I think, and I never liked it. Like I've played it at 2. I've played it 4. I've never
yeah.
played it at 3.
It's a 3 to 4 for sure.
Yeah.
Three feels
Yeah.
the smoothest to me because it's like
Okay.
it's not overcrowded,
Okay.
right? And so,
I
but
will
yeah,
play. I
it's
will
a good
give
one.
it another try, but I did not. I've actually deterred people from buying Kabuto Sumo. But
Fair enough. Yeah, I
yeah,
really enjoy it. But
okay.
I would agree with Josh. We also got some Blob Party in.
Hmm.
We got and our perennial favorite that I will play forever and ever. We played lots of Green Team Wins,
Yeah,
Holiday
yeah.
Edition, Regular Edition. We made a version for friends. It was great. It's one of my favorites
Nice, nice. I love putting Jackbox on the TV too. That's a
for
good one.
sure.
So, Randall got The Gang,
Ah,
Tales of Arthurian Knights, and Mindbug. I've heard really good things about Mindbug. A couple of
dude,
people have like told me about Mindbug. I
the
need to
gang
play
is
that.
so
So,
good.
yep.
And
So,
I don't like cooperative games in general. The
yep,
gang is amazing.
yep.
Have you played it yet?
No, I haven't. But does Bob have a copy of The Gang?
I don't
Yes,
think
he does.
does
He
he?
does. Yeah,
I,
it was in his. He came over with a bag of stuff from PAX,
okay.
and I saw it. Okay,
Yeah,
so I need to tell him to get that on
we'll
the
get it
table.
played when we see each other in a few weeks.
Okay, sounds good.
More about that
Um,
soon.
yeah, Flip Seven, Bino, both huge hits during the holidays.
Yeah.
Another one was Hamster Roll. We taught Hamster Roll. I don't know which side. It's right over here. So we taught Hamster Roll to a bunch of people, family, friends. We actually had a game night at a local, like
Cemetery?
learning center, a
Oh,
cemetery. Yeah.
yeah.
Hamster Roll, perfect for cemetery games. Oh, geez, where's the weirdest place that you've played a game? Never mind. But yeah, so we Hamster Roll is a huge hit, and it's cool because kids and adults play, and sometimes kids are crazy reckless, and they'll just chuck a piece on there, and they're like, "Yeah!" and they're screaming and getting ready, and it's like, why is that staying on there? That should not stay on there. And then some idiot knocks it over. So that was me. Anyway,
We
um,
had a question from Cody there.
yeah, Cody, question of the day. Have you ever been gifted a game from a non gamer or just someone who didn't hit your boxes? And what was it? Mine happened this year.
Mm,
Yeah, I've had a couple people, couple family members and close friends that know I love games, and they'll notice that I don't have a specific game. Some of them have been bigger hits than others.
sure.
I don't want to name them just because I
Yeah.
don't want anybody feeling like I didn't enjoy their gift. But I don't know. I've kept almost every one of them.
Okay.
And it's because, not because like, not out of guilt or anything, but because I think that there's still value in it, even if it wasn't the game that I would have picked. I still think there's opportunities to play with non-gamers or a casual game night or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
A dexterity game that I would have never picked for myself. It's cool. Yeah.
Your paper sumo one, right?
Oh, that's the weirdest one. Paper Sumo.
Yeah.
My aunt gave that to me like 10 years ago.
But you love it,
So
right?
I love it. It's so weird. It's
Yeah.
so weird. So
I'm always happy to try something somebody gives me, especially if they're not like in the gaming hobby or world. And they're like, we
yeah.
have this game, we really like it, and we should try it. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe
Oh,
I'll
actually,
love it.
one. Okay, here's a good one. Suspend. You know the game Suspend, where it's the metal post that's coming
Yep.
out of a block of wood, and then people
Yep.
are hanging things. I got that from a relative. I looked at it. I was like, man, this is gonna be hot crap. And it was a blast to play. Like we still like playing. It doesn't hit the table very often, but it's still really
But
fun.
it's there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a hit. So I would have never bought that. So
No, good. So Cody's was cat. Oh yeah, hamster roll, chip theory, Beano. I
yep.
can't imagine that would be an awesome Christmas party.
Yep. What did Rick say? Come over with a sack full of games. Bob's Board Game Santa. That's true. He is Board Game Santa. He's got the shoes to prove it. So mine was cat ball, where you're wearing cat mittens and there are treats in the cat ball. You have to knock out the treats. Interesting. I think I've seen that. That's where the cat mittens are on your fingers. Is that, or is that
sounds even
game?
more interesting?
I don't know. It may be something else. So
I love it. I would try it.
Yeah, my brother likes shopping vintage stores, and we find a board game from the 60s and 70s. He gifts those. Yes, those are, yeah. So some of those are hits, some of those are misses. I actually got another copy of Stop Thief. My brother, I love Stop Thief. As I tout it, blow my own whistle every once in a while with this
Toot
one.
your own horn.
That's what it is. That's the thing. Toot my own horn. I guessed that Stop Thief would be the first remake from Restoration before they announced it. I wrote a blog about it, and it called your
shot. Yeah.
But Stop Thief is one of my favorite games, and my brother found a copy with a working electronic device in it, because mine is crapping out after 42 years.
Fair enough.
45 years? I'm old.
Yeah,
Jeez.
you're an old man. Yeah.
I'm not that old, but that's how long the game's been around.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Oh,
crap. We summoned Bob with his sack of games.
Yeah, we were talking about your sack of games, Bob.
Yep. So next question. Did you get any games for the holidays? Also, Chad. Somebody summoned Chad. No guest. Guess no one needed community service hours that week. That's right. It's a clean slate, Chad.
Yeah,
nobody had to. Yeah. By the time we get into February, people are going to be clamoring to be on the show.
There might be some 25th century games on my list. Maybe a couple.
This is a family show.
Why you didn't have to put that up there? You choose to put
this
those
is true. I'm the one with the control here. So what games
for Christmas?
Yeah.
So I don't get board games anymore for Christmas. Like I put the question up, and then I started like looking through. I was like, did I get anything? And I didn't this year, but I did get my wife a game that we had a chance to demo when we were at PAX East in 2023. Like it had some almost 2 years on it. It's called Flutter. It's from have you seen that one?
I've seen that one.
It's the Dungeon Drop phase shift games. So it's fun. It's a fun little tile placement, nice. Very abstract, tons of times. So
I feel like somebody taught me that at a convention.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. And so cool. I got that for her, and we've played it quite a bit into the new year here. So fun little easy to have a conversation play game. How about
That's good.
yourself?
So my in-law, I believe it was my in-laws, got me Port Royal, the dice game. It's a roll and write port version of Port Royal, and or no, that was maybe my brother and sister-in-law. Anyway, I got Port Royal, the dice game, and then second I got the expansion for Heat, the Heavy Rain expansion. So
Very
I was
nice.
really excited about that. I'm a big fan of Heat. So I'll definitely want to check that out. So, yep. Adele. My mother-in-law kindly got me the
Ooh,
deluxe version of River Valley Glassworks, and we've been enjoying the heck out of it. It
yeah,
is such a good game.
so good.
We bought 3 copies of that game and gave them as presents this year. All the people have their copies now, so I can tell I can be a little more explicit with that. I that was like one of my favorite gifts to give this year. So, yep. I bought myself the Mistborn deck building game with my Christmas money. Heather got Let's Go to Japan and something else. So that Mistborn deck builder, I don't know the content. I'm not into Brandon Sanderson novels.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to have to be at some point. But it looks very interesting, and now I want to try it. And then
yeah.
Let's Go to Japan is great.
I played it a couple weeks ago. A
Yeah.
couple of our locals are huge into Sanderson, and it's
Okay.
fun. It's not hard to understand. And Josh and I were talking about this earlier today, texting each other. But it's not just a slap on paste. It's not like they took Dominion and just changed the characters. It's definitely a different game. There,
Okay.
but it's still at its core is a deck builder. And
Yeah.
so you're like, okay, how's this work? I got it. Let's go.
Yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. It felt different enough.
Yeah, that's
To
true.
definitely
That's
try
cool.
out.
I definitely want to check it out, and not that helps me to know that I don't have to know all the source material.
No, not at all.
So it's a good thing Ryan put his last name on the screen. He'd share his address, but he's wanted in the greater Columbus area for knocking on random people's doors trying to invite them over for games. You are
Yeah,
not
you gotta
wrong.
stop. You gotta stop doing that.
Guys, stop doing that, ringing all them doorbells. So I also got a printer. So Rick sent me a just a bajillion print and play games that he's collecting. He's like a digital hoarder. So
Oh, that makes sense.
it's he's monstrous. So,
Yeah, it feels like a hoarder.
yeah. So next up, what are the main factors for you when you think about top 10 games of the year? What are some things that go into your consideration, like why they would get on the list?
For sure. Me again?
No, I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't want to mess up. I don't want to be too generous here.
Yeah,
at the
thank you.
start of the
Appreciate
year.
that. Cheers.
I would say replayability is a really big one because if it's a game that has very low replayability, I don't feel like it belongs very high on that list.
Sure.
If it's something that's like you'll play it once or twice and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I see what it does, and now I'll move on to something that's better. It doesn't go on the list. So replayability is one, and then the ease of play. I think that's why you will very rarely see very heavy games on my top 10 list, because not only is the audience that we're talking to for our channel a wide generational audience, but also like we were just asked to come to this learning center and teach games to kids and parents. That's kind of like what we do. We help people find games that they really fall in love with. I love playing the heavy games. I loved playing Inventions. Okay. But it's hard as a top 10 suggestion.
Sure.
Just a note, this year, Speakeasy will be in my top 10. I don't care because it is a phenomenal, ridiculous game.
Oh, this game?
Oh, it makes me so
game?
angry that you still have that in
Do
your
you see
hands.
it right here?
Will you just bring that with you when you come to North Carolina?
I will. It would be an entire suitcase.
Yeah. So, anyway, so
yeah. So for me, I mean, all those things you said, absolutely. And frankly, Speakeasy is going to be in my top 10 next year too. I don't. There's no question to me that it will be in that list.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like how sticky it is to me is the thing. And by sticky, I mean like how much am I like, dude, I gotta play this again. This is gonna stick on my table. I want to introduce this to other people.
Yeah.
One of the games was so sticky that like my wife started teaching it to people. like it became one of her favorite games. She's not a go teach people games kind of
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
And like, or like one recently entered into my list at the end of the month of at like end of November into December, and we played it like week after week after week, and it was heavy. It's probably the heaviest game on my list, but like I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like to me, that's what excites me. And it's
Okay.
harder, right? Because the games in January,
Yeah.
February, March, they don't have as much when we start thinking about games at the end of the year, right? And so
Well, I think that's why it's hard. Like I start my top 10 list literally in February.
oh yeah,
So, and
100%.
that's actually one of the reasons why one of those games stayed on that list for so long, because in February I start writing down those items because I have to, otherwise they get buried by accident. So, I gotta address something going on in the comments. I don't know anything about this. Chad says Rick wrote an article for Casual Game Insider magazine recently. Unfortunately, put the One Board Family logo in it. Sorry you had to be associated with that.
Is that a real thing?
I did not
Gamer?
know. Rick, you wrote an article for what?
I just can't believe Rick did something. I'm shocked.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Is that out already? And did they not use my pen name, Gilbert O'Flannel Pants?
Oh, good old Gilby.
Good Lord. I haven't gotten the physical copy yet, but they emailed me a link to the PDF. What? What is happening?
I didn't know Casual Gamer was a thing. And to answer Chad's question, no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No,
so
he does not.
Randall can see the screen.
He's not in this chat anymore. Come on. We get like a 5-second stick for people.
That's true. That's true.
Except for people like Rick, who never go away.
That's true. Adele, our biggest hit over the holidays was My Gold Mine. It's like Ink and Gold, Push Your Luck, but with a smidge more control. Interesting. I don't know.
I love Ink and Gold.
Yeah, I like Ink and Gold. My Gold Mine. Okay, Adele. Hopefully, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I would love to learn that. So
awesome. Hey, let's just do that right now because we keep talking about it before we get into these. What's going on in 2 weeks?
Oh, going on 2 weeks. So check it out. In Atlanta, the team from Southern Fried Gaming Expo, great group that has done an amazing job putting on Southern Fried for. This will be its 12th year this summer. But last year they started a thing called Dice and Diversions. Dice and Diversions is a tabletop focused convention. And the reason why it's called Dice and Diversions is because it's 99% board games, but there's also some diversions during the course of the weekend. There are eat, play, win sessions, which basically you're going to be able to sit down and play a game with some strangers and eat a meal together and hang out. You're also going to get to experience just some chill time. They're going to be showing Dungeons & Dragons in the diversions room. We're going to have Castle Combo is one of their sponsored games. I'm really excited about that. I learned that one the other day.
So good.
So Adventure Party, that one's from Smirk and Dagger. That one's fun. Wine Cellar, that's a great one. I'm actually going to be doing Very Badlands, so I'm going to be in that one.
Very nice.
And then we're running a Beano tournament in the diversions room. It's a really fun weekend. It is a great opportunity to go to a convention that is not overly large that you're going to feel lost in, but just casually play and hang out and get to meet a couple semi-local publishers. Look, I look just like that right this second.
Oh, shoot.
Is that
I went
me from right now? So
it looks like it.
Anyway, this that's me right this second. What am I looking at the camera? I've got no ability. I look so stupid. Oh my goodness!
The Delps are just giving
the
you
Delps
that,
are like, why did they let?
Why is this guy up here?
Yes.
Who is this guy? Does anybody know him?
Industry professionals looking at an idiot. So, anyway, thank you, Melissa and Kevin. Jeez. Anyway, Dice and Diversions is a super fun time in Atlanta. So that one is January 17th through 19th. It is MLK weekend, MLK Junior weekend. It is definitely a fantastic weekend to just get away, play some games all weekend long, enjoy your time with that community. And then I'm going to get to see you in 3 weeks
Heck yeah, sir.
at
Wrong year, but yes.
Whoops.
I mean, I saw you then also.
Yeah,
but...
we saw each other last year. There we go,
yeah.
25. Yeah, so we're going to Tantrum Con. I'll be there. Aaron will be there. Bob will be there.
Yep.
Rick will not be there, but Rick
Thank
will be
goodness.
at Dyson Diversions.
Oh,
so
thank goodness.
Phil will be at Dyson Versions. So yeah, but Tantrum Con weekend, this is in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is a fantastic opportunity to game with people. Every year this convention gets bigger. They've got crokinole tournaments, table flipping. They've got all kinds of activities and events going on. You yourself, you're going to be running a Flip 7 event. Where people are going to come. People sign up and
so fast.
Yeah. So my session, I'm actually I'm teaching Carnival of Chaos to a group of people, and so
nice.
they're that one filled up immediately. So it's going to be fun.
We got to go back to we got to go back to this screen. Hold on.
Do you
let's see this one. Oh shoot, the picture changed. Hold on. Go back. Are you kidding me? Oh, I can change it here. Hold on. There we go.
You got it?
We got right there.
Oh, sorry.
He's giving you crap about pictures. So.
Oh, there we go. Chad.
This fella. Oh, not that guy. I don't know. He looks kind. This Chad pretending like he's working.
Chad's working and sweating at this moment. So what's so great about Tantrum Con? We have Chad.
Yeah, 100%.
There we go.
Yeah, so we'll be there. Jason commented in there. Him and Becky will be there as well. We're representing the Toledo area. Yeah, we're excited. My wife and I are. This is her first dig into a multi-day convention. So
yeah. So I'm just catching up on the comments.
Rob.
Dyson Diversions is my favorite Atlanta BG convention.
Hey,
nice. And that's fine because this side I from Ryan. No, our little baby convention, one board day, it's So what else do we have? Can't wait to get more conventions in. Once everything slows down. Yep. Sent out 1,500 games today. So
unsolicited.
Yeah, just to people, just randomly picking out addresses. Gigantic Pizza Wheel will be there. That's right. That's Benny's Pizza.
So, the pizzas we get. So
that is? Man, that's
we need to cut down the amount of people this time and just.
Dude, I'm just.
It was too many to manage.
Too many.
Yeah, just a few of us.
Yep. Cool. Yep. Hopefully not the hottest con of the year,
bro.
So, One Board Day. That is a great question, Adele. When is One Board Day? Look for it in September this year. Rick and I have to do some work, but hopefully we'll announce that closer to February, March. So
awesome.
We'll be announcing the date.
And I will have on our socials here in the next day or two. If anybody's interested in Tantrum Con, doesn't have a ticket, we'll be giving away a pass for the entire convention. So
there we go. Stay tuned to stay tuned to Gaming with Sidekick, and we'll
MySpace
Gaming with Sidekicks MySpace page. Their Tumblr.
Good luck finding it.
And I'll repost it. So, Andrew, we're going to see you at Tantrum Con.
We just were talking about Wine Cellar there. Just missed that.
Yes. So
I wish we had Wine Cellar wine and cheese at Tantrum Con, like Dyson version. But I think Chad's bringing out the sausage for Tantrum Con.
Again, this is a family show.
Sausage party.
What do you?
Ice rolling game.
That's right. Sorry.
So top 10 of 2024. We have a few games. We always have games that miss, right? You have that. I have that. It happens. I don't
even know why I clicked
the comment.
Why did I click the comment? I know not to.
Sorry, Grandma, if you're watching tonight.
Sorry, Mother, if you're watching the show live. Anyway, okay, let's talk about games again.
Yeah, top 10 games that you make a list. I had 111 new games that I played in 2024. Not all of them were 2024 releases, but a lot of them were.
Yep.
And so what are some games that just missed the mark for you, Ryan? Like name a
Just
couple.
missed the mark. So I had a couple. We talked about some of these inventions, and then
Yep.
Nova Roma over here. But actually, I had two that I thought about when you asked that question, kind of in that honorable mention category. But because of my lack of time with the game, they can't really be in that top 10.
Sure.
And so this one is Fishing. I just actually got this from my local store. Shout out to Moxie Games in Columbus, Georgia. I got a copy of Fishing. This one is really a great trick-taking game. Very fun. Has enough twists to keep you really entertained. So I like that one. So that would be in that honorable mention category. And then another one, actually, I purchased this for my wife's Christmas. This one is Harvest.
Oh, yeah.
I had the original Harvest, and I was actually a really big fan of the original game from Tasty Minstrel Games. But I played it at Mega Moose Con in September, and it's a really good design. I feel like they cleaned up some areas. They made it even more accessible. I like the art direction. I think it's a little too much orange, personally. I love orange, but there's a lot of orange going on in that design. But I think they did. I think they took Harvest and made it a bigger, meatier game overall. And Bob is right. Poop tokens still exist.
No.
So, which is all that really matters.
I had 3 or 4 games that kept like jumping into my top 10 and jumping out, and
Yep.
kind of like
that was Nova Roma. It was in that 9-10 spot, then it moved out, then it came back in. Yeah.
Gnome Hollow was one for me that did that a lot. Skyrise did it. Slay the Spire was really hard for me not to include because it's so good, but it's so heavy, and its accessibility is so poor to get it and to be able to play it. But honestly, the two that would have been 11-12 for me were Captain Flip, which was the Spiel winner of 2024. Great, easy, super fun game. And party game that I thought, I've played games like this, it'll be fine, and it's still unique. We played it a couple nights ago and everybody loved it that we introduced it to, is Caution Signs.
Yes, and Caution Signs is great. Yeah,
Caution Signs is great. Don't put up Bob's comment there. I don't want him spoiling.
I won't. Yeah.
Bob, yes, that is mine.
So
my top. So, but yeah, so those were all, and there's so many good games, right?
There's so many.
But there's so many good ones out there.
Yeah. So let's get into our top 10.
Oh, wait, I got a picture.
Oh, geez. Okay. This is our pick 5 times 2. Top 10 games of 2024.
I feel like you try and run past the picture every time.
I'll leave it up there for a significant portion of time.
No. I feel like you try to make sure that I'm not going to be able to share it.
Oh
no. That's not it.
Well,
that's an old one.
Yeah, that's an old one. I was about to say.
The new one.
All right.
There we go. Top 10 of 2024.
Is it just me? Just
my chin's on the far right side.
Is it just screenshots from my last video?
It's your top 10 video.
Let's go Lions.
Yeah, I thought you'd want that in there too. And I kept Santa on the toilet in the corner a little bit.
Yeah, I see him. Santa's on the toilet.
Yeah, I tried to find the best
I see your
pictures
chin.
of you from your top 10 video.
That's good. This is why the internet's here.
I wish I could have this on a t-shirt.
Oof. Wow. It's good stuff. So, man. Okay. Adele, Caution Signs is good, but the triangle cards are a bit of a pain. They are. I got big fat sausage fingers, and that's a real struggle for me.
100%.
Yeah. Little frustrating. Anyway, top 10. Let's get into this. Number 10 for me. That one's Flip 7. I'm going to keep my comments for Flip 7 to a minimum because this will appear later in the show. Flip 7 is fantastic. That's it.
Yeah.
Done.
That's great. Right. That's accurate. My
number 10.
I know we had a couple. This is not on your list. Okay. So my number 10, we already talked about tonight. River Valley Glassworks.
So good.
Super accessible, easy, plays quick, plays smooth, really easy to teach new players, and the
Yes.
entire thing is just gorgeous, right? It's
Yeah.
just a very pretty game,
Yeah.
and
And
all play
Adele
just
said
knocks
that
it
the
out.
deluxe version, she got the deluxe version's phenomenal.
Oh
But
yeah,
even
with
no
the
matter
tile
which
pieces.
version you get, it's so nice.
Also
The
important to
game
know
is
who
great.
designed this. You know the
What now?
you know who the designers are for this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Riddle, Pinchback,
Riddle and
and Hill,
Pinchback, right? This is Motor City GameWorks team.
and
Like
Adam
that's
Hill.
yeah,
Yeah,
and M Hill. This is solid
yeah.
game.
So, yep, it is really good. Um, so okay, I like Flip 7, but don't like me. That's true. There are some people that I've watched. They play Flip 7 and they just get torched every
Oh,
single time. I feel
100%
bad. I feel
consistently.
so bad. I'm like, no, really, it's a good game, and they're sitting there. They just got wrecked on their second card for
I
4
love
rounds.
to see it.
So it's hard not to laugh. But anyway, all right.
Number 9.
Number 9. Number 9 is Donut Shop. I talked earlier about how when putting together these top 10 lists, I really start that process in February. Donut Shop stayed on this list the entire year because of my preparedness. Donut Shop's an incredible design. Jeffrey Allers did a great job with this game. So Donut Shop, love this design, love this game, and it's my number 9 game.
That is 2 of the 3 games that are on both of our lists.
That's right.
But I'll talk about where those hit for me in a little bit. My number 9 is designed by music superstar Jackie Fox from the Runaways, and that's Rock Hard 1977. I hit it just right to see the logo. Rock Hard 1977 feels as immersive as it gets for getting in and becoming a rock star. There's 3 phases. There's the daytime, the nighttime, and the late night, because there's no morning phase for rock stars.
Okay.
It's great. It's a fun, very thematic game, and Devere almost always knocks it out of the park.
Devere's been on a multi-year streak for me.
Yeah, 100%.
So what question? Because there are multiple Rockstar games. There's Hi-Fi, record game from Smirk and Dagger. Didn't get to play it yet. That's the one that interests me the most. There's the Rock and Write from Inside Up Games, and then this one. Why did you gravitate toward that one versus the others? Or did you play all 3? I don't know.
I have not played the third one, you said. I don't think I know that one. And I have played Hi-Fi, which is actually on my recently played part, but Rock Hard feels like a Devere game.
Okay.
So it has a rhythm that feels like, okay, this is not a lightweight game, it's medium, right?
Yep.
And it feels immersive.
Yeah.
Right. I will tell you that early in my board gaming, I did not care about theme. I just wanted to play games that were good. And to me, there's a rhythm that says, like, I want to feel the theme of this game, and I want it to feel real, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like you're traversing through the life of a rock star. That's truly why I love it. And the candy will get you. The candy is drugs.
Yeah.
Or it's just candy. But if you push too hard into the candy, you're gonna crash, and you're gonna pay for that crash. So like I love those aspects of it. You can tell that Jackie Fox put a lot of her personal life into the game, which I love too. That's
cool. Number 8, this one is Gnome Hollow. This is from the Op. I really like Gnome Hollow as a design. I think the reason why I like it is so much is because it at 2, 3, and 4 players, it plays slightly differently. The gameplay doesn't change, but the crowdedness of the field and what you're kind of going after and how quickly you have to get to the mushroom market to turn in things changes based on your player count. It's a really cute design. I think it works really well as a casual game at 2 players, and as a 4-player game, it is pretty cutthroat, and you're actually just knifing other little bearded people out in the middle of a field to try to get space. So yeah,
it's like my gnome.
What now?
My gnome from Gnome Hollow.
Oh, you have a gnome from Gnome Hollow?
Yeah, it's the Gnome Hollow gnome.
Yeah.
They were giving these out at PAX.
That's awesome. So
yeah, he's cute gnome plushie.
Yes,
he's
that's really cute. Yeah,
I named him Ryan.
Oh, they're having a conversation about how I just like 25th century, all of 25th century. So let me throw this out there, because I actually had to be very cautious when a when a publisher publishes a lot of really good games that connect with
Sure.
you.
Mhm.
I had to pull myself back from some of the games that could have crept into that list. Stuff like a
Aguado.
20-year-old game of Hamster Roll. I wasn't putting it on there, but I'm going to play it for years and years and years and
Yeah.
years. So you can call me a shill for 25th century, but when a
Which we
publisher
are.
makes
Both are.
yeah,
Yes.
when a publisher makes some really fantastic games, and that's just
And he's
how
a
it
decent
is.
fellow.
So he's a decent fella.
Yeah.
So
I really struggled not putting Hamster
I
Roll.
don't want to hit him with a car. Going on record.
I
Going on record.
wanted to put Hamster Roll. I just
So,
couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I thought about it though.
yep.
For me, number 8 is a game from Ivy Studios, and that is Fractured Sky.
I want to play this one.
It's really good. It's deduction, it's hidden
Yeah. Okay.
information, it's area control. Deduction, area control, not my favorite style of game, but this one stuck. We had a group playing it at our Thursday game night the other week, and they're like, "Oh, remember that one game with the magnets?" And it's cool. It's kind of
Yeah.
got some neat things going on, and honestly, it's aggressive enough. Like Moonrakers is probably the thing I'd compare it to from the same company. It
Yeah.
feels like you're like, "I'm gonna get this guy," and I love
Okay.
that in a game.
So Ivy has been hit and miss. I've played one game from Ivy Studios that I love and one that I didn't like. And so I think I just need to play more
Have
of
you
their
played
games.
Moonrakers?
I have not played Moonrakers. I need to.
So
I know. It's from the graphic design perspective, it's in my wheelhouse. I want to play it.
yeah, it's solid.
Doesn't get enough talk. This one is, what number are we on? I
We're
can't
on
count.
7.
10, okay, 7.
7
Number
for you.
7.
Just hit 7.
So this one's called Joyride: Survival of the Fastest. Joyride is from Rebellion Unplugged, a video game developer that is stepping into the board game space. Joyride is a racing game, and this one is the kind of the dark horse in my top 10 list, because what happened was Joyride, my first play, Joyride wasn't in my top 10. Then I played it again, and I was like, okay, it's in that 10 spot. And then I played it again and again and again, and then it slowly crept up, because what you're doing is you're trying to balance the way that you're trying to balance locked dice versus rolled dice, and the field of play, your track, is an open field track. You can go through the checkpoints however you wish. You can go backward through a checkpoint if you want, just as long as you go in the numerical order 1, 2, 3, and then finish line. It's weird. It does take your brain a little bit to get used to it, but Joyride is really good. The graphic design of the game is solid. I think if they continue to build on this, I think Joyride's going to make a pretty big splash this year. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to Joyride on the list. Scandalous. Why is it scandalous? So I do know.
Oh, because you love card games. You love everything.
No, so let me throw this out there, because he's probably talking from the publisher's standpoint. Joyride has its roots in a boating game.
Okay.
It has some movement. Has some movement concepts that it took from a boating game years ago, and so there is some things out there about the inspiration or the straight up mechanic that was stolen from this other game. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. I really like the design. I think they did a great job with it. So, yep.
I'm waiting for you to catch up on their car comments.
Oh, Powerboats. That's it. Yep.
There you go.
So Powerboats is the original design. It's got So then, because Ryan loves car games, if Chad released a racing game, Ryan would explode. Yeah. So.
And then Bob says, "Well, you're actually out of luck because Oh, I'm sorry, In Luck, because there is a car game. Maybe.
Okay, I know about that one, and I know
Me
Bob.
too.
Yeah, I know Bob's feelings. So
You know I mean, you probably don't know my feelings. We'll talk about
oh
this
no,
later. Number
okay,
7 for me, also Half Kingdom Games and 25th Century, is Nova Roma from our friend Stan.
yes,
This is the same designer as Resurgence,
yes,
one of my favorite games. Absolutely love it. And I love what this game does. I love the board more than anything because it does that awesome row column, pick your thing, power up if you stay in the same area with choosing your action. I love that. Barcelona did a version of that as well. There's not enough games that have that kind of pick your row, pick your column, take your action.
yeah,
That I just enjoy it. I think it's a
yeah.
cool way to do action selection. So Nova Roma, big hit for me. Number
Is
7
that your
on my
heaviest
list.
game on your list?
No, not even
Okay.
close.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering. Nova Roma is really good. It's a
Yep.
medium weight game. It's a Euro. I really like it, and I've shown it to a lot of people. That's why it's in my honorable mention category. So
Also, thanks to Chad, I got really good at teaching a handful of games, helping him out at Origins
yeah,
and PAX this year, and that was one I can teach it in like 2 minutes
yep, yep,
because I learned how to pitch it, right? And so,
yep,
yeah, 100%, Josh. Stan is the man.
yep. It's good
Number
stuff.
6.
So number 6, this one, if this one's creeping up on a lot of lists I've recently seen. This one is Wondrous Creatures. This is Pokemon meets Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You're going to an island. There's some creepy, weird looking creatures on that island. You're trying to collect them and trying to create a stable of these creatures. You're using these resource sliders on a dual layer player board. You have this thing called a crew, which is 3 animals or mystical creatures that you're sending out into the island, and you have
Okay.
a little magnetic person that's attached to one of those creatures. It is a super cute design. It's heavier than you would expect. It's really, really fun. And Bad Comet Games again is on my top 10 list again. Bad Comet is putting out one fantastic game every single year. You're going to hear me talk about the fish game Shallow Sea this coming year. Shallow Seals sees another one, and it's coming in 2025. So
That's awesome. We are at number 6 for me. Number 6 is one that I honestly completely forgot about, but we've played the heck out of this thing. When I picked it up at Gen Con, all I had to do was see the poster, or was it Origins? I think it was Gen Con. That's Tangram
yeah,
City
Tangram. Yep.
from Capstone Games. UA Rosenberg game. It's
Yep.
great. We are a big fan of anything that is polyomino based in this house, and my son absolutely loves it. He crushes it.
Nice.
We played it a ton, and it's polyomino, but it's unique because they're tangrams, which means
Yeah.
they are not flippable as easy as you would think they are. But it's just a great. If you like polyomino games, highly recommend.
That's really cool. I definitely want to play that. It was one that I missed playing when we were at Origins. It was all over the
Bring it,
place.
Bob. Bring it with you.
Bring it. This one is the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth, number 5. I really love this game. We actually don't own Seven Wonders Duel, which is what it's based off of, but with the Vincent Dutray artwork, with the Lord of the Rings theme, this one is so good. Like, it's a really great game, and with my youngest having like a college class that made her read Lord of the Rings, this was an instant buy for us. It's 2 players. It's this dueling system where you can win in one of 3 avenues. Drafting, all these things that we love. I really like it. It's a great design, and I think the better version of Seven Wonders Duel.
Oh, very nice. Number 5 for me is also on your list coming up, so I won't say a ton, but it is probably one of the physically heaviest games on my list. Has Forges
Yep.
of Ravenshire from BA Games. You were the one that first kind of introduced it
I
to me,
love this game.
and once I got a copy of it, I was like, I see why. It's
Yep.
a good game.
Yep.
So
Hey, I just realized my battery is dying. Give me 1 second because I did not plan this.
Oh, for your laptop?
So, yeah, that kind of sucks. I
Run,
didn't
run,
think
run.
about that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it's just me, so I guess I'll ask me anything for the next minute. Isaac yawned at that one. He must not like it. On the dual game, I have not played it, but I would like to try it. WoW Professional. Okay, that is not a question, so I cannot answer that. I also can't post people's comments, so I'm just gonna read them. Forges is really good. We've played that a ton. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed Forges of Ravenshire. I'm a big dice placement game. Love a good game that involves just straight up dice placement, and that game does it very, very well. Everything you place has something that feels good. Rick said, I hope the Lions win all their playoff games. It's not a question, Rick, but thank you. I also hope the Lions win all of their playoff games. Go Lions. Good call. Let's see. Bob asked, are there any openings at Gaming with Sidekicks? I would love to shake Ryan and Rick loose. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Randy the Ram Bromig, ask Isaac anything. What will you do to celebrate the Lions Super Bowl win? Oh, I will be on the floor crying. Be on the floor in a sobbing mess. I did a quick AMA while you were gone.
Nice.
Rick asked, yeah, he said he's excited to see the Lions in the playoffs this year. So thanks, Rick.
Oh,
appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he said. So
it's gone now.
Oh,
check
that's
a
too
seat.
bad.
Nope, don't put Chads. Nope, don't do
Okay.
it.
Okay, so where were we? Sorry.
We are on number 5.
Lord of the Rings duel.
Did my 5, which was Forges. We are back to
Yes.
number 4 for you, sir.
Number 4. This one is probably one of our top 2-player games that we own now. Dracula versus Van Helsing. We picked this one up through 25th Century Games during their import Kickstarter back at the beginning of last year. I was immediately attracted to it because of Weberson Santiago's artwork, because it's Dracula, because I love spooky stuff. But this is like pure hand management, just comparison of cards or tiles to one another. It is really, really good. And all you're doing is picking up a tile, then deciding whether you're going to discard that tile or swap out a tile in your current tableau of 5. I really love Dracula versus Van Helsing. And actually, this is Erin's number 1 game this past year. She loves this. I was sick last weekend and she was like, hey, do you want to play Dracula versus Van Helsing? I'm like, I can't move. And so
did she win?
Still wanted to play. Yeah. I didn't play because I wasn't going in with like less brain power. So
another 25th Century shill there.
I know, really. I'm getting paid a lot of money. He said that if I just say 25th Century, he'll pay me 25 cents. So I've made like $2 today.
Yeah, I might have enough for bus fare. Number 4 is my heaviest game as far as game weight for what you said. That is Shem's newest game, Ezra and Nehemiah from Renegade.
Still one that I want to play.
Still
haven't played it.
Amazing. You are building the temple from rubble. You are teaching the Torah. You are making sacrifices at the temple. It just has this awesome rhythm to it. It's not difficult. I don't think most heavy games are that difficult. It's just there's a lot you have to know.
Pay
and a lot of symbologies, right? It's like a good Lacerda. There's a lot of things you got to pay attention to. But in the end, it's not that it's that difficult. It's just a lot, right, to get together. So highly, highly recommend. If you enjoy a good Shem Phillips game, it's probably my favorite of his games.
That it was on my most anticipated list from at the start of the year, and I really wish I had played it.
Do you own it?
I don't.
We'll have to see if they have it at Tantrum Con.
Yeah, I would really like to play it at Tantrum Con. So we've got 4 days to do it. All right,
let's do it.
Coming in at number 3, Forges of Ravenshire. I've been talking about this game since 2023 when I played the demo at Origins. This game is far better than it should be. It is dice placement. It is you have this engine that you're building. You're taking the dice, you're placing a dice, you're taking a dice. It is so well built. The components are great. Dice are great. It's so much fun, and there's this tension as you're trying to complete contracts because I never feel like you have enough time. I feel like you start to run out and you feel that pressure of like, it's the 4th season. You've got to do what you can do. Gain as much prestige as you can and become the best Forge master out there. So
yeah, 100%. Amazing game.
It really is. So Badger needs oral surgery. That's true. He's got some real dental issues going on.
It's like my only quip with that game is the box cover art is.
At Origins, I'm sitting down and I'm teaching people, and somebody comes up to the table, literally points out the box art, and is like, "That's why I'll never play that game." I was like, "Seriously?"
It's a bad reason not to play a game. However, like box art does not draw you in.
Yeah.
So, my number 3 is going to get me 25 cents when I say 25th century.
There we go.
A game that this is the game I was talking about when I said my wife enjoys teaching it. She loves playing it. She will play this anytime. We've played this a couple times during Christmas break, and Ryan already has his list. That's Donut Shop. I think Donut Shop is I think it's my favorite. I think it's my favorite 25th century game outside of Green Team Wins.
Okay.
Donut Shop is smooth. It plays fast. It plays well.
Yep.
Just the way you build that tableau and somebody crashes a donut box into it is just gorgeous, right? Like there's so much about this game that works well. My son taught it at Origins. Did an amazing job, I think, teaching it. Our friend Jacob sent the video to Jeffrey and said, "Hey, this is my buddy Isaac, his son Ethan teaching it." He's like, "That's so cool!" Like he loved it.
Yeah, I've got to say that like Donut Shop is such a great design. And it feels, it's got a chill atmosphere to it, but it's so competitive. It's so incredibly competitive. And you're gaining 5 cents for each donut in the contiguous group that you call. 5 cents seems like so little, but it adds up so quickly. When somebody pulls down $1 plus, it's like, what just happened and how did we let this happen? And then everybody at the table is trying to correct and shut it down. So,
yep.
Cody asked the question. I think that you're
I think it was about Forges.
Talking about Forges. Forges of Ravenshire can be bought off of the BA Games website. I believe it's on Amazon, and I've seen it in some local game stores. Definitely worth checking out if you like dice placement, all that engine building. Yeah,
so 100%.
Is Chad a special secret guest? No. Is he producing this episode? No, he is not. So.
Yes, he's right over there.
Yes, telling us what's in a little booth. Yeah. So hungry for
Chad,
donuts.
I know. Yep, hungry for donuts. And if you're ever at a con, go up to Chad and ask him why the donuts don't smell in the game. He's got a story.
Really? I don't know that story. So this one, I don't care that it was put out in 2019. You can go bite my butt.
No, don't say that stuff.
Sorry. Okay. This one is this is Binho. This is a dexterity soccer game. On this show in April, I believe it was, Derek was on for Dexterity Games. Happy birthday, Derek Funkhauser.
Happy birthday, Derek Funkhauser.
And so we were told about Binho from the comments and went down the rabbit hole. Gene told us about it.
Gene was the one that got us all geeked about it.
That's right. And so this started this obsession. I've got 2 boards. I'm going to be getting a 3rd board this year. I've started a local club league. I'm running, so far I've run 1 tournament last year. I'm running 3 tournaments at the beginning of this year. At Tantrum Con and Dice and Diversions Binho tournament. Just got note from Binho that the winner of each tournament will be getting a board, bringing that home. So,
are they sending them to you? Or
they are.
Oh, so you'll have them.
They ship today. So if you want a Binho board, come join these tournaments, son.
So good.
So,
let's. Gosh, I love Binho so much.
So good.
My number 2, I got distracted thinking about could I take a board home with me? My carry on. I could not, so I'll let somebody else who doesn't already have 3 boards win it. My number 2 was my number 1, and then it was my number 2, and then it was number 1, and then it just kept flip-flopping until 1 ended up at 1. But my number 2 is so darn good, and that is Fromage. Fromage is such a gorgeous game on
I
table.
really want to play that.
R2I, it is simultaneous action. Everybody takes their turn, and then the board rotates 90 degrees. Each action area is different. It's great on BGA, but when you play the physical edition with the cheese pieces and all the wood, it's great. It is absolutely gorgeous. They're working on a part 2 from Maggio, which will be a whole separate modular thing. And then because they're literally just like quarters of a circle, you'll be able to interact and mix
That's really cool.
together between the two games. So awesome.
That's cool. I really want to play that one. That's awesome.
So good.
So last up, number 1, my number 1 game is Harmonies. This is a puzzly environment building animal game. I love this design. I feel not disparaging Cascadia. I don't like Cascadia that much, but I think this is a better design. I think this is the nature animal themed puzzle game that I've been wanting. I love the way that this looks from the art perspective. I love how it plays. It plays just at the right amount of time, just as you feel like my brain hurts just a little bit and it's running a little, it's done. That's it. And you're like, okay, I could actually play this again. Harmonies is such a great design. I love it. Libelid did a phenomenal job with this one. So
can you bring that? I have not played that yet.
Yes, I'll bring it with me and I will teach it. So
definitely bring that.
Hold it. We've got some comments real quick. Okay, so Ben is a great designer. I guess going back to Fromage. Might be working on something with him. Secrets. Very cool.
Ooh, okay. It's cheese related.
I love cheese. Adele, my number 1 game of 2024, The 6 of Sixes, is an amazing partnership trick-taking game that feels like a classic in the best ways. Trump changes based on reign length of each wife of Henry VIII.
I think it's the 6 of 8s.
The 6 of 8s.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So the 6 great musical soundtrack.
Okay,
I haven't seen the actual musical, but 6. Yeah. So
I would absolutely play that.
Yeah, good trick taking all day. My number 1 was Ryan's number 10, and it is the best game I've played all year, and that is Flip 7 from The Op. So good. I don't care what size box you get. You just need a deck. This game is accessible to everybody. I can teach it in 30 seconds, and we start playing. It is addictive. It is high highs, low lows, shouts around the table. Just the daring how you do it. The best thing at PAX is they had it set up on like a poker table at the booth with this color felt.
And Eric Olson
with a card shuffler
feeling them out, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. And he'd say hit or stay, and somebody'd say stay, and he's like, "Are you kidding me? This is a demo. Take the hit. You got nothing to lose." And so it was just fun, and it's the energy reminds me of Ready Set Bet. And that if you've got people that are excited about a game around table, this thing's just going to lean into it. You don't need that. You can play it without that.
Yeah.
But man, people just get whooping and hollering, and it's a good time.
It reminds me of things like Strike, where like people jump into it, they play for a little bit, people are screaming, can't believe the outcome, and then they jump out and somebody else comes in. And that's the way it's been every time we sit it down at the table. We played this also at the end of the summer. I got the copy from Bob, brought it back from Gen Con, and we just played this for the rest of the summer, and we wore through that copy. The op sent us this as a Christmas gift, and
very nice.
We now have that as another copy because our first copy was worn through. My parents have it, my brother and sister-in-law have it. I've got multiple friends who bought it.
So good.
Such a good game. So, yep. All right. What we've been playing, that was our top 10 list.
Yeah, those are
some great games. Man.
We can see yours on your YouTube channel.
Yep.
Right? You just put that video out.
And we can see yours on TikTok. Go over to TikTok and be sure to follow because you're releasing these every couple of hours.
One a day.
Yeah, one a day. Okay.
Yep.
So you're on number 7.
5,
seven?
I think. I think 5's next.
Five? Okay, so 5's
5
coming
or
out
6.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So follow along. Great TikTok channel. You definitely want to be following Gaming with Sidekicks. So
Thanks, pal.
yeah, absolutely. You do an awesome job with content over there.
I enjoy
So
it. It's fun.
I suck at it. I forget
You like
about it
to
for a
ring
week, and
doorbells.
then I'm like, oh crap, I got to do something on TikTok.
Yeah, got to ring some doorbells in the neighborhood.
Yeah. If you want to see stuff from us, go to oneboardfamily.com or go to YouTube. So
yeah, perfect.
I've been playing Mezzin. I like this. So this is a fun puzzle.
Same.
Yeah. So you've been playing it too?
Same.
Okay.
And
I
I'm
like
really
it.
enjoying it.
Yeah, I like it. I want to try it a couple different player counts. I don't think it changes much because really all it is the difference between your choice and somebody else's choice.
Yep.
I mean, it's really good. It's really solid. I like it. I love the stark, drastic white, black, red palette.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
We have done it at we've done 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
And it plays just as smooth. It's super fun.
Nice.
Really, really enjoy it. Yeah, and Pinterest. Thank you, Chad Elkins, for that.
Yeah.
So other than Mezzin, you mentioned this earlier. We have been playing Hi-Fi.
Oh, okay. I definitely want to play that.
Over at Smirk and Dagger. Gorgeous game. Looks like a record player on the table. Yeah. Even the back has the audio inputs, which is awesome. It's good. It is definitely more how do we mix music and produce the record, and the record spins around table, which is great. So really
I want to play that because out of the 3 kind of rock themed games that came out last year, that's the one that I like the most. It feels like that's the one I would enjoy. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hopefully the government will still let us TikTok. So
keep my fingers crossed.
Very cool. Hey, this has been fun.
I'm glad we didn't have a guest because we already went over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're 11 minutes over. Thank you. Hey, just a heads up, just a reminder that the reason why this show works is because people come into the comments and chat
100%.
with us and have fun with us. Thank you to Josh and Adele and Chad and Jason and Randy, Corey, everybody, Rick, everybody. Thank you so much for commenting and talking with us, letting us chat with you. This is really like why we do the show and why we love doing this. So
thanks for commenting, guys.
Yep. Last question. Do you guys borrow games from friends, or is it unspoken no? If so, when do you get them back? I am very free with my games. As long as you don't absolutely destroy it, I'm totally fine with it. You know, these are just things. The people matter. That's ultimately the people matter. And so if you take this game and you borrow it for a little bit and it comes back slightly worn, so what? My game of the year has been dropped on the concrete 3 times. Okay. And
I love it.
It happens.
Yeah. I used to keep track of like who had what. And what game? I don't do it anymore. Like, in fact, one of the guys I worked with was like, I have this bag games from like over a year ago that he gave me. I was like, oh, I wondered where one of those was. So now I just like, please take it. If you like it, keep it. If I love it that much, I will just rebuy it.
Yeah. And on that note, I really need to borrow Speakeasy.
Here. Yeah, I don't.
You could just.
It's right here.
Yeah, just bring it to me. That would be great. So. Anyway, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
And Chad, I'll see you next weekend or 2 weekends. And Rick, I'll see you. Adele, I'll see you. Come to a convention. Come hang out with us. Play some games with us. If you see something that you like, tell us to teach you, and we'll teach you. We'll have some fun. So
absolutely, especially if it's a 25th century game. That's
right, because if we teach it, we get a full $1.
Yes.
We've been promised that. Yes, a full $1.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Anyway, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks,
you guys
everybody.
have a great night.